Namaste. So today I'm going to read book 9, chapter 50 on the glory of Shakti, the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakaratuna Mahakaya Koti Suryasam. Hariyam Tatsat. Narada said, O Bhagavan, I have heard all the anecdotes of Prakriti as according to the Sastras that lead to the freedom from birth and death in this world. Now I want to hear the very secret history of Sri Radha and Durga as described in the Vedas. Though you have told me about their glories, yet I am not satisfied. Verily, where is he whose heart does not melt away on hearing the glories of both of them? This world is originated from their parts and is being controlled by them. The devotion towards them frees one easily from the bonds of samsara, rounds of births and deaths. O Muni, kindly describe now about them. Narayana said, O Narada, I am now describing the characters of Radha and Durga as described in the Vedas. Listen, I did not describe to anybody this secret, which is the essence of all essences and higher than the highest. This is to be kept very secret. Hearing this, one ought not to divulge it to any other body. Radha presides over the prana and Durga presides over the buddhi. From these two, the Mula Prakriti has originated this world. These two Shaktis guide the whole world. From the Mahavirat to the small insect, all moving or non-moving, are under the Mula Prakriti. One must satisfy them. Unless these two be satisfied, mukti cannot be obtained. Therefore, one ought to serve Mula Prakriti for her satisfaction. Now, of the two in Mula Prakriti, I will describe fully the Radha mantra. Listen, Brahma, Vishnu and others always worship this mantra. The principal mantra is Shri Radhe Svaha. By this six-lettered mantra, dharma and other fruits are all obtained with ease. If to this six-lettered Mula mantra, Hrim be added, it yields gems and jewels as desired. So much so, if 1,000 koti mouths and 100 koti tongues are obtained, the glory of this mantra cannot be described. When the incorporeal voice of Mula Prakriti was heard in the heavens, this mantra was obtained. First by Krishna in the Rasa Mandalam, in the region of Goloka, where all love sentiments are played. The Vedas declare him as Rasovai Sa. From Krishna, Vishnu got the mantra. From Vishnu, Brahma got. From Brahma, Virat got. From Virat, Dharma. And from Dharma, I have got this mantra. Repeating that mantra, I am known by the name of Rishi. Brahma and the other devas meditate always on the Mula Prakriti with greatest joy and ecstasy. Without the worship of Radha, never can the worship of Sri Krishna be done. So men devoted to Vishnu should first of all worship Radha by all means. Radha is the presiding deity of the prana of Sri Krishna. Hence Sri Krishna is so much subject to Radha. The lady of the Rasa Mandalam remains always close to him. Without her, Sri Krishna could not live even for a moment. The name Radha is derived from Radnoti, or fulfills all desires. Hence, Mula Prakriti is termed Radha. I am the Rishi of all the mantras, but the Durga mantra mentioned in this ninth skandha, Gayatri, is the Chanda mantra of those mantras, and Radhika is the devata of them, really. Narayana is the rishi of all the mantras. Gayatri is the chanda. Pranava, Om is the Vija seed, and Bhuvaneshwari, the directrix of the world, is the Shakti. First of all, the principal mantra is to be repeated 6 times. Then meditation of the great Devi Radhika, the Shakti of the Rishis, is to be done, as mentioned in the Samaveda. The meditation of Radha is as follows. O Devi Radhika, O Devi Radhike, thy color is like white champaka flower. Thy face is like the autumnal full moon. Thy body shines with the splendor of 10 million moons. Thy eyes look beautiful like autumnal lotus. Thy lips are red like bimba fruits. Thy loins are very heavy and decked with the girdle kanchi ornament. Thy face is always gracious with sweet smiles. Thy breasts defy the frontal globe of an elephant. Thou art ever youthful as if 12 years old. This body is adorned all over with ornaments. Thou art the waves of the ocean of Shringara, love sentiments. Thou art ever ready to show thy grace to the devotees. On thy braid of hair garlands of Malika and Malati are shining. Thy body is like a creeping plant, very gentle and tender. Thou art seated in the middle of Rasamandalam as the chief directrix. Thy one hand is ready to grant boons, and other hand expresses, have no fear. Thou art of a peaceful appearance. Thou art ever youthful. Thou art seated on a jewel throne. Thou art the foremost guide of the Gopikas. Thou art there to Krishna than even his life. O Parameshwari, the Vedas reveal thy nature. Meditating thus, one is to bathe the Devi on a Saligrama stone, Ja, Yantra, or the 8-petal lotus, and then worship her duly. First, the Devi is to be invoked, then Padya and Asana, etc. are to be offered. The principal mantra being pronounced at every time an offering is given. After giving water by washing both the feet, Arghya is to be placed on the head, and Achmaniyam, water, to be offered 3 times on the face. Madhuparka, an oblation of honey, milk, etc., and a cow giving a good quality of milk are next to be offered. Then the yantra is to be thought of as the bathing place where the Devi is to be bathed. Then her body is to be wiped and a fresh cloth given for putting on. Sandal paste and various other ornaments are next to be given. Various garlands of flowers with tulsi, manjari, flower stalks, parijata flower, and satapatra, etc., then are to be offered. Then within the 8 petals, the family members of the Devi are to be thought of. Worship is next to be offered in the right hand direction, with the hands of the watch. First of all, Malavati on the petal in front of, on the east, the Devi, then Madhavi on the southeast corner, then Ratnamala on the south, Susila on the southwest, Sasikala on the west, Parijata on the northeast, Paravati on the north, and the benefactress Sundari on the northeast corner are to be worshipped in order. Outside this, Brahmi and the other matrikas are to be worshipped, and on the pupuras, the entrances of the yantra. The regents of the quarters, the dikpalas, are the weapons of the Devi. Thunderbolt, etc. are to be worshipped. then all the attendant deities of the Devi are to be worshipped with sense and various other articles. Thus, finishing the worship, one should chant the stotra hymns named Sahasranama, 1,000 names, stotra with care and devotion. When Narada, the intelligent man who worships thus the Raseswari Devi, Radha, becomes like Vishnu and goes to the Goloka. He who performs the birthday anniversary of Sri Radha on the full moon day of the month of Kartik gets the blessing of Sri Radha, who remains near to him. For some reason, Radha, the dweller in Goloka, was born in Vrindavan as a daughter of Vrisavanu. However, according to the number of letters in the mantras that are mentioned in this chapter, Purascharana is to be made, and Homa, 1/10 of Purascharana, is to be then performed. Then Homa is to be done with ghee, honey, and milk, the 3 sweet things mixed with till and with devotion. Narada said, O Bhagavan, now describe the stotra hymn mantra by which the Devi is pleased. Narayana said, O Narada, now I am saying the Radha stotra. Listen, O thou the highest deity, the dweller in Rasamandalam, I bow down to thee. O thou the chief directrix of the Rasamandalam, O thou dear to Krishna than his life even, I bow down to thee. O thou the mother of the 3 lokas, O thou the ocean of mercy, be pleased. Brahma, Vishnu and the other devas bow down before thy lotus feet. Thou art Saraswati, thou art Savitri, thou art Shankari. I bow down to thee. Thou art Ganga, thou art Padmavati, thou art Sasti, thou art Mangala, Chandika, thou art Manasa, thou art Tulasi, thou art Durga, thou art Bhagavati, thou art Lakshmi, thou art all. I bow down to thee. Thou art the Mula Prakriti, thou art the ocean of mercy. Obeisance to thee, be merciful to us and save us from this ocean of samsara, round of birth and death. O Narada, anybody who remembers Radha and reads this stotra 3 times a day does not feel the want of anything in this world. He will ultimately go to Goloka and remain in the Rasamandalam. O child, this great secret ought never to be given out to any. Now I am telling you the method of worship to the Durga Devi. Here, when anyone remembers Durga in this world, all his difficulties and troubles are removed. It is not seen that anybody does not remember Durga. She is the object of worship of all. She is the mother of all and the wonderful Shakti of Mahadeva. She is the presiding deity of the intellect, buddhi, of all, and she controls the hearts of all, and she removes the great difficulties and dangers of all. Therefore, she is named Durga in the world. She is worshipped by all, whether a Shaiva or Vaishnava. She is the Mula Prakriti, and from her the creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe proceed. O Narada, now I am saying the principal 9-lettered Durga mantra, the best of all the mantras. Aim, Hreem, Kleem, Chamundaye Viche is the 9-lettered Vija mantra of Shri Durga. It is like a kalpavriksha yielding all desires. One should worship this mantra by all means. Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesa are the rishis of this mantra. Gayatri, Usnik and Anustubha are the Chandas. Ma Kali, Ma Lakshmi and Saraswati are the Devatas. Rakta Dantika, Durga and Brahmari are the Vijas. Nanda, Sakambari and Bhima are the Shaktis, and Dharma, virtue, Artha, wealth, and Kama, desires, are the places of application. Viniyoga, assign the head to the rishi of the mantra Nasya, assign the Chandas to the mouth and assign the Devata to the heart. Then assign the Shakti to the right breast for the success and assign the Vija to the left breast. Then perform Sadamga Nyasya as follows. Aim Hridayaya Nama. Hrim Sirasi Svaha. Klim Sikayam Vasat. Chamundaye Kavachaya Ham. Viche Nitra Vayam Vasat. Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Karatala Prashibhayam Pat. Next, say, touching the corresponding parts of the body. Aim Nama Sikayam. Hrim Nama on the right eye. Klim Nama on the left eye. Cham Nama on the right ear. Mam Nama on the left ear. Idam Nama on the nostrils. Vim Nama on the face. Chichim Nama on the anus. And finally, Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche on the whole body. Then do the meditation dhyan thus. O Chamunde, thou art holding in the 10 hands 10 weapons. Gada, axe, chakra, disc, Khadga, axe, chakra, disc, Gada, club, Vana, arrows, Chapa, bow, Pariga, Sula, spear, Busundi, Kapala, and Khadga. Thou art Mahakali. Thou art three-eyed. Thou art decked with various ornaments. Thou shinest like Lilanjan, a kind of black pigment. Thou hast 10 faces and 10 feet. The lotus-born Brahma chanted hymns to thee for the destruction of Madhu Ketaba. I bow down to thee. Thus one should meditate on Mahakali, the nature of Kamavija, the source whence will comes. Then the dhyanam of Mahalakshmi runs as follows. O Mahalakshmi, the destroyer of Mahesasura, thou holdest the garland of Aksa, a kind of seed. Parasu, a kind of axe. Gada, club. Isu, arrows. Kalisa, the thunderbolt. Padma, lotus. Dhanu, bow. Kundika, a student's water pot. Kamandalu, danda, a rod for punishment. Sakti, a kind of weapon. Asi, sword. Charma, shield. Padma, a kind of water lily. Ghanta, bell. Surapatra, a pot to hold liquor. Sula, pickaxe. Pasa, noose. And Sudarsana, a kind of weapon. Thy color is of the rising sun. Thou art seated in the red lotus. Thou art of the nature of Mayavija, the source whence female energy comes. So obeisance to thee. The Vija and the Devi are one and identical. Next comes the dhyanam of Maha Saraswati as follows. Maha Saraswati, thou holdest bell, pickaxe, plough, hala, conch shell, musala, a kind of club, sudarsana, bow, and arrows. Thy color is like kunda flower. Thou art the destroyer of Sumba and the other dechas. Thou art of the nature of Vanivija, the source whence knowledge speech comes. Thy body is filled with everlasting existence, intelligence, and bliss. Obeisance to thee, O Narada. Now I am going to say on the yantra of Maha Saraswati. Listen. First draw a triangle. Draw inside the triangle 8-petal lotus having 24 leaves. Within this draw the house. Then on the yantra thus drawn, or in the salikrama stone, or on the jar, or in image, or in the vanalingam, or in the sun, or on the sun, one should worship the Devi with oneness of heart. Then worship the Pita, the deities seated also on the days, i.e. Jaya, Vijaya, Ajita, Aghora, Mangala, and other Pita Shaktis. Then worship the attendant deities called Avarana Puja. Brahma with Saraswati on the east, Narayana with Lakshmi on the Neririt corner, Shankara with Parvati on the Vayu corner, the lion on the north of the Devi, and Mahasura on the left side of the Devi. Finally, worship Mahesa, buffalo. Next, worship Nandaja, Rakta Danta, Sakambari, Shiva, Durga, Bhima, and Brahmani. Then on the 8 petals worship Brahma, Maheswari, Kumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Narasimhi, Andri, and Chamunda. Next, commencing from the leaf in the front of the Devi, worship all the 24 leaves, Vishnu, Maya, Chitana, Buddhi, Nidra, sleep, hunger, shadow, Shakti, thirst, peace, species, Jati, modesty, faith, fame, Lakshmi, wealth, fortitude, Vritti, Shruti, memory, mercy, Tusti, Pusti, nourishment, Bharanti, error, and other matrikas. Next, on the corners of the Bhupura, gates of the yantra, Ganesha, Kshetrapalas, Vatuka, and Yoginis are to be worshipped. Then on the outside of that, Indra and the other devas, furnished with weapons, are to be worshipped as per the aforesaid rules for the satisfaction of the World Mother. Various nice offerings and articles like those given by the royal personages are to be presented to the Mother. Then the mantra is to be repeated. Understanding its exoteric and esoteric meanings, then Saptasati Stitra Chandipata is to be repeated before the Devi. There is no other stotra like this in the 3 worlds. Thus Durga, the deity of the Devas, is to be appeased every day. He who does this gets within his easy reach dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the 4 main objects of human pursuits, virtue, wealth, enjoyment, and final beatitude. With Narada, thus I have described to you the method of worship of the Devi Durga. People get by this what they want. Hari, Brahma, and all the Devas, Manus, Munis, the yogis full of knowledge, the Asramis, and Lakshmi, and the other Devas all meditate on Sivani. One's birth is attained with success at the remembrance of Durga. The 14 Manus have got their Manuship and the Devas their own rights by meditating on the lotus feet of Durga. O Narada, thus I have described to you the very hidden histories of the 5 Prakritis and their parts. Then verily the 4 objects of human pursuits, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, are obtained by hearing this. He who has no sons gets sons. He who has no learning gets learning. And whoever wants anything gets that if he hears this. The Devi Jagadatri becomes certainly pleased with him who reads with his mind concentrated on this for 9 nights before the Devi. The Devi becomes obedient to him who daily reads 1 chapter of this 9th skanda, and the reader also does what is acceptable to the Devi. To ascertain beforehand what effects, merits, or demerits would accrue from reading this Bhagavata, it is necessary by examining through the hands of a virgin girl or a Brahmin child. The auspicious or inauspicious signs first make a sankalpa, resolve, and worship the book, then bow down again and again to the Devi, Durga. Then bring there a virgin girl, bathed well, and worship her duly, and have a golden pencil fixed duly in her hand and placed in the middle of the body. Then calculate the auspicious or inauspicious effects, as the case may be, from the curves made by that pencil. So the effect of reading this Bhagavata would be, if the virgin girl be indifferent in fixing the pencil within the area drawn, know the result of reading the Bhagavata would be similar. There's no doubt in this. Here ends the 5th chapter. Here ends the 50th chapter of the 9th book on the glory of Shakti in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Here ends the 9th book. The 9th book completed. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Putra Kali. Твоя мата, че питала, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.